Good morning. Hope you're having a good day. Sunshine on my shoulder makes me happy. Hello, Francis Marie. Good morning. Mike from Wawa. For you guys who are just coming on, I was singing. Andrea, Niagara Falls, Jeanette from our staff. Nativity, good morning to you. Rosa from Montreal. Oh, it's raining. Nice here, Rosa, in Sudbury this morning. Jose, good to have you on. Sonia from Beamsville. Jerry, what about those halves? Linda, Angelina, Doc, you're going to love this one this morning. Going to blow your socks right off. Dr. McEwen is on with us from Tennessee. Good morning, Jocelyn. Good morning, Michelin. And hold on, I missed somebody back there. I just want to go here. Diane. Bonjour, Zihen. And Chantal. Okay, I didn't want to miss you. Michelin, Karen, Jerry. Okay. You guys are great. Judy and Joy. You guys are wonderful for coming on. Morris, how are you from North Bay? Okay. Jeanette. Folks, you're going to love this. You're going to love this morning. You're going to love it. I'm going to make an official announcement this morning. Catherine from Newfoundland. Barbara from Nova Scotia. Martine, how are you? Nicole from Oxford, Quebec. Bonjour. Colleen, good morning. Laurie from Ventura, California. Laurie, bright and early this morning, isn't it? Mary, I appreciate you guys are up at 5:30 in the morning. Vicky, I'm an early riser too, but Evelyn and Sherry, okay. Terry from British Columbia, 5:30 in the morning. Guys, Lou Ella from Tennessee. We love having you on, Luella. And Sarah. And I know I miss you guys because I miss names that I don't see. Nadja and Andrea and Norma. Okay, let's get going. Monica, you're the last one I'm going to say hello to, but I'm going to come on afterward. Guys, I'm going to blow your socks off this morning. Hot off the press. Now, here's an official announcement. I've classified a booster shot. I've classified it. It's official. I've named it. And everyone on the planet should get this booster. It's called Viderma. This is official, guys. Viderma. Capital V, I-T, capital D, all one word, capital D, E-R-M-A. Viderma. That's how it's pronounced. It's official. We named it. Sunshine. Vitamin D on the skin, but let me tell you why. I mean, listen. We've talked about this, but this now is official. Why? 2 major studies. I mean, there's a lot of studies, but 2 new studies have been published. And when you hear the results of this, it'll blow you away. It is the most important when it comes to chronic disease, guys. This is incredible. What am I talking about? Okay, let me read to you 2 studies. One out of Sweden with 30,000 women. Okay? Here's their conclusion, and I'll actually post it. Here's their conclusion. 30,000 women in Sweden. Very important. If you have a lack of sunshine in your life, if you don't get exposure to the sun, listen to their conclusion. It's as bad as smoking. Now, there's not a doctor in the universe anymore that would tell you to smoke. If they did, they should lose their medical license. We've known that for, I remember my dad. I've told you this story to those who listened to me in the past. I've told you the story of my father coming home. And my dad smoked 4 packs of Buckinghams a day. I don't know how he saw any patients, but he smoked with his patients. But he came home one day. It was shocking. I was about 10 years old. I think it was 1962, my father. And he opened up the waste paper basket or the garbage in our house, and he threw his cigarettes in there. I was shocked. Dad, what are you doing? He said, I found out smoking is bad for you. 1962. Okay. I didn't know that because my mom smoked, my dad smoked, my older brother smoked. Everybody smoked. I was shocked. But, medicine, the only dent, isn't this crazy? The only real dent in heart disease, in cancer, the 2 biggest killers in our society today, the dent, if you look at curves of heart disease, crazy increase in heart disease with the advent of cereal, up, and then a little dip. A little dip in the 80s. It was short-lived, but there was a dip. Cancer, a little dip, because in the 1970s, President Nixon said, we are going to win he called it the war on cancer, and we said in 1970, I think it was 74, the year I graduated, he said, we are going to win the war on cancer. Well, he was dead wrong, but there was a little dip, not in the 70s, but in the early 80s, there was a little dip in the graph of cancers because people got the memo. They stopped smoking. But then cancer rates took off again, big time. At the same time that we increased our level of high fructose corn syrup, approved by the FDA in, 1982? And it's been crazy since. But guys, listen to the study. Major study out of Sweden, 30,000 women, and they concluded that if you don't get exposure to Viderma, you might as well smoke. has the same effect. Guys, this is mind-blowing. And you're not going to hear this anywhere else. Maybe, but this is so profound. And we talked about this a few weeks ago. One of the reasons that, and even this study agreed with this, one of the reasons is not only that when you are exposing your skin to sunshine, guys, let's be honest about something. Do you feel better when it's raining out or sunny out? I mean, there's a lot of psychological factors to that. But what is that? Well, it's hormones, guys. It's feel-good hormones of dopamine and serotonin and things like that. Melatonin. Your body produces it in the sun. Yep. But one of the things they've noted in this study is what it does on your skin. It elevates your nitric oxide, NO. NO don't spell no, you know. Remember when we were kids, NO spells no and out you must go? No, NO spells nitric oxide. And it opens up your blood vessels. It's good for your heart. It's good for your blood pressure. It's good for everything. When I was in school, I didn't even know what nitric oxide was in the 1970s. We didn't know it. Wasn't discovered till the 1980s. The guy that discovered nitric oxide won a Nobel Prize in medicine. We understood nitroglycerin because that was already well established for people that had angina. They would give them a nitroglycerin explosion. They'd take a nitro pill or lozenge and their angina would go away. But then they discovered your body has nitroglycerin. Your body has explosions right on your blood vessels. Opens them up. The sun. Viderma. We need this. You don't get it, you might as well smoke. You might as well smoke. Isn't that something? Now, why do I have to bring this to you? Why? Listen to this other study, another European study. It's a review study looking at all the studies. In 2020, they come to this, okay? Listen to this, guys. A 2020 review on the health effect of sunshine, okay? The Swedish study. Now this is a European study of all studies. And what it's doing is looking at the effects of sunshine on your health. Listen to this. You don't get it? The Swedish study says you might as well smoke. If you do get it, you get sunshine. Listen to this. Estimated. For people that don't get in the sun, estimated. Listen to this. Every year in the USA, they're saying, according to the review of all studies, 340,000 deaths per year in the USA alone are attributed to a lack of sunshine. You know where that occurs the most, guys, and you've heard me say this, where that occurs the most is when people get older, they were lied to, seniors, my generation, my parents' generation, they were told to stay out of the sun. Even movie stars were, don't get in the sun, you're going to wrinkle up, you're going to lose your beauty. I'm telling you. And that generation took it hook, line, and sinker. I call it Johnson & Johnson. The sun is bad. You're going to die from skin cancer, melanoma, and basal cell carcinoma. And the cancer industry bought it. They bought it and they pushed it. And it makes me angry. Now there's righteous anger, okay? No, but seriously, guys. Seriously. Imagine coming out of these studies and saying something as significant as this. You want to stay out of the sun? I go to Florida. I kind of laugh. It makes me chuckle in a way, but it's sad. Why does Florida, my word, it's called the Sunshine State. Why does Florida have as much cancer as anywhere else? As much heart disease as anywhere else? You might say, wow, they got an older population. Yeah, but they stay out of the sun. It's a joke down there. The only people on the beach in January are Canadians. Oh, you must be Canadian. You got a tan. I'm not kidding you. They're white as ghosts. Casper the Ghost. Floridians. I said, gee, us Canadians spend big money to come to Florida. You guys have the sun every stinking day, just about. But they're scared of it. Oh, we don't go in the sun. Oh, yeah, the sun's bad. This study says not only is it not bad, if you don't get sun, you might as well smoke. But not only that, the review of all studies said in the United States alone, 340,000 people a year estimated die because of a lack of sunshine. Because a lack of sunshine affects their immune system, affects their heart, it affects cancer, especially, here's what the study says. Listen to what I'm saying. Especially, ladies, breast cancer. And men, we know different. Prostate cancer and colon cancer. And and I'll talk to you every day about food, nutrition, and those effects. Do you get your Viderma, guys? Did you get your Viderma? You know what? We talking about a virus, but nobody's talking about Viderma. How to boost your immune system. Oh, by the way, on the same study, the second study, a 2020 review of all the studies in the last probably 20 or 30 years, they said that estimated in Europe 480,000 deaths. And they're the ones who are saying it. I'll happy to repeat it. But they're the ones who are saying it, especially breast and colon cancer, prostate cancer in men, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, metabolic syndrome. Never mind the psychological effects. Do you know how many people a year are depressed? And one of the factors, I'm not saying it's all of it. I'm not saying it's all of it. But there's a term in medicine. Right? In terms of depression. In the dark months. In the dark months. You know, January, February rolls around. Not only are our immune systems going down, and guys, I tell you, I don't care what kind of virus it is. It's always worse. Always worse in the dark months. That is why I tell you, start supplementing vitamin D. You see, this time of the year for me, my vitamin D is very good. I'm in the sun in 20 minutes in the sun. So if you're a redhead, okay, if you're a redhead, you got very fair skin or whatever, look, don't go burn in the sun. Nobody's telling you to do that. If you got lupus or whatever, you know what? You and the sun don't get along. That's okay. Then take vitamin D as a supplement. Thank God we have this supplement. But if I could get into the senior homes, if I could shake people, and they think, if I just wash my hands and social distance and, I'm not telling people not to do that. But for heaven's sakes, you do that. It's like the other day, I'm not kidding you. Okay? A guy, I'm going into Costco. A guy, the mask down, couldn't get out of Costco fast enough to have a cigarette with a mask. The mask comes down, and and I know you got to wear a mask to get into Costco or whatever, but I felt like telling the guy, hey, pal, can I tell you something? You're defeating the purpose. You didn't get the memo. But you know what? The world doesn't get the memo on vitamin D. It just doesn't get it. Lori, you live in California. Get in the sun. And, I'll just tell you something. People that do the reset, people that lower their insulin, you know what they're going to find? And if they, and even in the gut, help their gut with your microbiome. You know what you find? You can get in the sun longer without burning. You know how many testimonies we have of people who easily burned in the sun and now fix their insulin? And guess what was happening? They can get in the sun longer. But I'm not a big guy. Guys, I'm just telling you, I don't want you to burn in the sun. I don't want that. You don't need to burn. Wear a hat. Get in the shade. Cover up. And in my opinion, don't put chemicals on your skin. Don't do it. Don't do it. I think it's one of the biggest reasons that we have so much skin cancer today. Chemicals. Plus heat. Bad combo. Chemicals plus heat equals disaster. And this is just a fact, guys. And you can come after me because some people do. I get it. You know, I get it, meaning they give it to me because, you know, someone had melanoma in their family or whatever. I said, well, listen, I'm just going to give you statistics. You can look this up yourself. People who die of melanoma, they live indoors and they work indoors. They don't go out in the sun. I'm not saying that you can't get cancer from the sun. You can. But it's usually not melanoma, the deadly cancer. It's basal cell. And I'm not saying to get basal cell. And that's when you burn. But the sun, guys, the sun. Yesterday I talked to you about water. The basics of life. In the bowel. What your bowel needs is H2O. What the rest of your body needs is the sun of vitamin D. Viderma. You like that? I'm going to trademark that name, you know. I'm going to trademark it. I don't want anybody stealing it off of me. I made it up. Did you get your Viderma today? How do you like something that helps viruses, bacteria, your immune system, cancer, cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer's, even Alzheimer's? What? Dr. Martin, vitamin D in the brain? I actually tweeted something the other day because this doctor had put out how to age-proof sort of the brain, right, against Alzheimer's. And he had some good ideas there. But I added a few. I said, you need vitamin D for your brain. You're a human solar panel. Your body needs it. Plus, what we know about nitric oxide today opens up your blood vessels in the brain. You don't think you need those little blood vessels? What do they call dementia? Small vessel dementia. Not enough circulation up to the brain. That's part of it. You want to increase your circulation. You want to elevate your nitric oxide. You elevate your nitric oxide. One way is the sun. The 3 biggest killers today. 340,000 deaths. They're attributing to a lack of sunshine in the United States and almost 500,000 deaths in Europe. And crazy. This pumps me up, guys. This pumps me up. Everybody and their dog through this pandemic should have been given vitamin D. Everybody. If the government was honest, all the governments of the world, that this pandemic closed down, if they were honest, they would have been handing out vitamin D for those who are not going in the sun. They would have handed out vitamin D if they would have just been honest about it. But they don't do it. It just shows you how medicine has been hijacked. Hijacked by the pharmaceutical companies. It's been hijacked. And that's not right. In my opinion, that's a crime against humanity. As something as simple as the sun, our vitamin D, simple, inexpensive, has been, what did our Minister of Health say? What was it, a month ago, maybe 2 months? In Canada. You know what the Minister of Health said? When asked about vitamin D in the House of Commons, you know what she said? It's fake news. And the media, instead of doing a little research, instead of doing their job, see, guys, I'm in the media. The doctor is in podcast. I'm in the media. My job is to bring you information. My job is to, when someone says something, have a look at it. Is it true? Is it nonsense? Can I make it, in my field at least, make it part of what you guys should know? That's my job. But you know what? The media, I hate to be negative, but the media is not doing investigative journalism like they used to. If the Minister of Health in Canada says that's fake news, they should say, okay, you say that, but back it up. What do you mean by that? How about this study and that study and this study and that study? All the studies on vitamin D and even the virus. There was a study that came out yesterday. Listen to this. I flagged it, a new study. 80% decrease in deaths in the hospitals in North America. People that had high levels of vitamin D, optimized levels of vitamin D in their serum when they got COVID. Holy moly, that should be on the front page of every newspaper. It should be leading the news. We found it. Sunshine. The sunshine vitamin. Viderma. Oh. I wish I could look, I want to trademark the name, but you can't patent it. I can't patent Viderma. There's no patents to be had. Pharmaceutical companies are not interested in anything they can't patent. What's that drug? Ivermectin? There's an anti-parasitical drug been on the market for 50 or 60 years. It's cheap. Is it Invermectin or Ivermectin? I can't remember. But they don't want to talk about it. Apparently it's unbelievable in a therapeutic for COVID. And they can't patent it anymore because it can be replicated. There's not a pharmaceutical company that wants to talk about it. There's no money to be had. It's inexpensive. They use it in the third world, especially for parasites, and apparently is very effective in a therapeutic with the virus. You got to go looking for it. Anyway. Okay. Tomorrow's question and answer Friday. So it's not too late to send your questions in, okay? It's not too late. We appreciate it. It's one of our most popular programs, okay? And continue to talk about the book, The Metabolic Reset. Thank you again, you guys. You made it such a tremendous success. Really, really, really have been tremendous about it. Thank you very much. It's coming from you guys. I know that. And our private Facebook group and all that. Thousands and thousands of members. And a lot of you have the book. If you haven't got it, get it. And get your friends, get your family to join the private Facebook group. It's a wonderful group. Okay? So, love you guys, and we'll talk to you soon.